It looks like All Elite Wrestling's Double or Nothing pay-per-view was a smash success, with fans, critics, and even WWE Superstars praising AEW's inaugural pay-per-view. However, not everyone is happy about the new promotion's successful beginnings, particularly one Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Rumour has it, Vince is furious over what he sees as some of his employees sleeping with the enemy. Join us now as WrestleLamia looks at why Vince McMahon is furious with his WWE Superstars after Double or Nothing. In case you missed it, AEW's Double or Nothing featured a number of WWE Superstars making surprise appearances at a show that was well received. This included Bret Hart introducing the AEW World Championship to the fans, Diamond Dallas Page escorting Brandy Rhodes to the back after she interfered in the Dusty vs Cody Rhodes match, and of course, Jon Moxley attacking Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega after their main event. It's understandable why Vince McMahon would be unhappy that a potential rival promotion's first show demonstrated so much promise. However, why would Mr. McMahon be so furious at the WWE roster over another promotion's event? Well, let's start off with number 1, the tweets. While Vince McMahon doesn't have much contact with the outside world, that's not the case with his wrestlers, many of whom appear to have not only watched and enjoyed Double or Nothing, but praised it on social media. Consider some of the following tweets. The New Day's Big E is one of the first WWE Superstars who tweeted about the show, saying, "I hope everyone enjoys today. I genuinely wish the best for all involved in." Big E's New Day partner Xavier Woods added, "Good luck boys," while Matt Hardy added, "Best of luck to my dear friends who are out to change the world today." And not forgetting Sasha Banks, who tweeted, "I love Awesome Kong, and I love wrestling." Other superstars got in on the love fest, with Carl Anderson, who may be joining AEW with Luke Gallows when his contract expires this fall, tweeting, "God, I miss those boys," and SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley praising AEW's women's match. Randy Orton reportedly liked several pro-AEW tweets, adding to the buzz surrounding Double or Nothing and AEW. During an appearance at Starrcast 2, Dustin Rhodes was asked whether he knew about any reaction from WWE management to Double or Nothing. I think the internal reaction was, "Wow, there's a life outside of prison." I would say about 30 of the WWE, including employees, texted me last night and telling me, "Oh my god, awesome, incredible, I love the show." So they watched the show. Everybody watched it, and the people who say they don't watch it might not watch it. Most of them are full of shit if you're a wrestling fan, and I don't know about the boss. I don't know if Hunter or Vince or Stephanie watched the stuff, but some of the office personnel did, and it makes me feel good that something else was in the spotlight that shows there is life out of WWE that is shining, and it was magical last night. As we'll discuss later, these tweets reflect the ever-worsening attitudes backstage in the WWE, something Mr. McMahon must be irate over. Dave Meltzer appeared on Wrestling Observer Radio, commenting on the tweet situation saying, "The only thing that I can say is that everyone in the McMahon family has to be ungodly furious at all those people who were tweeting, because it wasn't just like Sasha Banks, because when she did it, it was like, okay, I get this, or Carl Anderson, Peyton Royce has got to, I wasn't so overt with Peyton Royce, but it can't be looked upon well. Matt Hardy, to a degree, he can get away with it, but they can't be happy with their own talent tweeting about the rival show and putting it over." Number 2. Did Natalya know? Bret Hart's surprise appearance to unveil AEW's World Championship was one of the several surprise appearances by WWE Superstars. Hart has never been afraid to do his own thing, but his appearance certainly had to irk Vince McMahon. Does this mean we'll see a release of the new DVD, Screwed the Bret Hart Story? Probably not, but there is some concern about what Bret's appearance means for his niece Natalya. Did she know Bret was coming to AEW? Even though Uncle Bret is close to her, it's possible he knew she'd be in a bad position if she knew about his surprise appearance and kept it under wraps. Thus, Hart may have concealed things, wanting to shield her from some sort of McMahon payback. Whether or not Natalya knew is probably irrelevant, as Vince McMahon may take things out on Natalya regardless of her culpability. If we see a return of Natalya's flatulence gimmick, we'll have our answer. Number 3. How could Renee Young not know? Unlike the Natalya-Bret Hart familial relationship, the one between Jon Moxley and his wife Renee Young, makes it highly unlikely that Renee did know about Moxley's pending surprise appearance at Double or Nothing. While anything can happen in the WWE and in marriages, what couple wouldn't share this big news with each other? Even if Moxley did conceal his AEW debut from Renee for fear of how it might affect her wife's role in the WWE as a commentator, Vince McMahon probably assumed she knew, and if so, why didn't she tell him? Number 4. Vince is in a lose-lose situation with Natalya and Young. While Vince McMahon may be angry with Natalya and Young, thinking they kept something from him, his options are limited. Even if they did know, the WWE would have to put them in a bad position if someone in the company pressured them to reveal anything they knew about their respective family members' role at Double or Nothing. Nonetheless, while McMahon could punish either performer, it would give AEW free publicity and make the WWE look like it was bullying its female performers. Dave Meltzer seems to think there won't be any consequences for Natalya and Renee. What are they gonna do? They can't say anything. They can't touch Renee Young. If they do anything to Natalya, I know it's possible, but if they do anything to Natalya, people will react bad because it's not like it's the Revival who it's actually them and people get that they're trying to get out. Natalya didn't do anything. So if they try to get back at her because of what Bret did, I think it's just gonna... I'm not saying they won't do it, but I'm thinking they may. I'm sure there's a part of them that will, and then I don't want to make predictions, but if they are thinking and not reacting, they would think, if we do this, it will only make it worse because everyone's gonna see through it, and we're gonna look like the bad guys. It's not like Natalya did anything and she didn't tweet it. It's not like one of those people who tweeted. Number 5. Vince is already dealing with low locker room morale. All of these factors only compound Vince's frustration with the WWE's poor locker room morale. It's possible the WWE chairman is even more concerned that these tweets reflect a desire by some wrestlers to get themselves fired so that they can go work for AEW. It's a problematic situation as McMahon can't afford to offer releases to each and every unhappy WWE superstar. Things are reaching a critical mass in the WWE, and Vince has to be angry with what he sees as disloyalty from his employees. We mean independent contractors. Number 6. Adding insult to injury. As if things weren't bad enough, several AEW stars added insult to injury with some jabs and bobs at the WWE's expense. Prior to the pay-per-view, the Young Bucks joked that there were 20,000 fans in attendance at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The arena holds roughly 17,000 people, which was probably a dig at WWE's habit of inflating attendance figures. During the show, Cody took a sledgehammer and destroyed a Triple H-inspired throne, delighting many fans but angering a few who didn't want AEW to spend too much time bashing the WWE. The Young Bucks explained whether this would be a reoccurring occasion. Well, that's just our sense of humor, you know? If I see something obvious, I'm gonna poke fun at it. It's what I've done my entire career. So I'm not gonna stop now that I work for $1 billion company. We won't be doing that every show. In a post-show media appearance, Dustin Rhodes commented, "I hope it was good for the people and for Cody. I definitely think it was good for AEW. I'm excited about them and what they're doing. They are fixing to take over the world and Vince better watch his ass. I made it out of prison. And it feels good to know that there is life outside WWE. New life for everybody." Jon Moxley even got on the action, cutting a promo where he proclaimed, "My name is Jon Moxley, and I'm on a mission to reclaim my soul. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks, it's about time this industry got a facelift. So make no mistake about it, this is an official declaration of war tonight to anyone who wants to get in my way and anybody who stands in AEW's way. We have a mission to knock the pillars of the industry on their ass. We ain't reading history books anymore, baby. We are writing them. This is what you call a paradigm shift." It's possible these comments infuriated McMahon on 2 levels. The first being no one should criticize the WWE. The second is that many of these comments are made by former WWE superstars who he probably feels owe them a debt of gratitude rather than a series of verbal tirades, and that these wrestlers should have signed with the WWE, such as the Young Bucks, or returned to the promotion, such as Cody Rhodes. Of course, there are WWE superstars standing by Vince McMahon and showing their support for the industry leader. The phenomenal AJ Styles recently commented on the current wrestling landscape, with what some perceive as a subtle reminder of who rules the wrestling world. As far as the indies and whatnot, I don't think they should ever be competitive with the WWE. They should compete with themselves to make sure they get the better every day, because there's no competition, if you want me to be honest. WWE is globally huge. It's unbelievable to know how big the WWE is. People don't understand it. If you want to succeed, don't compete. Be something different, be the alternative. There's a lot of people that have a good chance, but competition isn't always a great thing. I hope any company does well so they can be that competition. Competition will always make a better product. But there you have it, guys. Why Vince McMahon is furious with his WWE Superstars after Double or Nothing. Do you think there'll be any repercussions for these WWE wrestlers? And is Vinnie Mac justifying his anger? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.